Hey guys, what is up? Sam or Scorpiolo here, and today I'm bringing you guys what, as a huge Marvel fan, is a very exciting video for me to be making. We're going to be talking about all the biggest and most exciting Marvel references inside of the brand new Avengers beta. We're going to be talking about references to previous events within this new Marvel world, and the existence of various characters, some of whom may even be becoming playable down the line. Without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. If you actually see on screen throughout this video, there is going to be various codes scattered around on screen. These are actually beta codes that can be entered into the Avengers beta website, which I will be linking down below. Even though the beta is now open, these are still worth your time to be entering in, as it's actually going to give you all the pre-order bonuses for the game without even having to pre-order, including the Marvel Legacy outfit pack, the Legacy nameplate, and you'll get some super sick rewards for the game when it actually drops in September. For those of you who won't be pre-ordering, you're gonna want to be trying to grab these as quick as possible, first come first serve. These codes were actually pre-ordered to us by Key Codes over on Twitter. I will be linking down below their Twitter and their store page. Huge shout out to them for actually providing these codes for the video. They have all sorts of great offers on, from beta access to GTA 5 levels of money, Xbox Game Pass, and they currently have a great offer on the cheapest Valorant points on the market, so I'd highly recommend checking those guys out, dropping them a follow. Huge shout out to them again, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. The main news station we see throughout the Avengers beta is the Daily Bugle, famously the New York newspaper that Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, had actually worked for, and also the newspaper that his biggest critic, J. Jonah Jameson, actually runs. We haven't really seen signs of the paper just yet, but the TV side of things in this world is hosted by Phil Sheldon. His existence is actually a callback to Marvel Comics, as he is a Daily Bugle photographer who's been around in the comics since 1994, so he's existed for a while, and as you'd expect, the Bugle is fully against the Avengers and other superheroes and is totally for the AIM initiative. We do know Spider-Man will be joining the Avengers game in early 2021 as a PlayStation exclusive playable character. Very controversial, I know. His introduction is going to give them the opportunity to further explore the Bugle, assuming he actually gets his own single player story, as that would obviously be even more controversial, since that's really a huge piece of content to lock away from half of your community. There's actually a mission in the game, in the beta in fact, called Enter the Avengers. This is a playable mission which you do unlock after completing all the tutorials and gaining full access to the war table. This mission takes place in New York, the home of Spider-Man and many other Marvel superheroes. Anyway, within an apartment window at the start of this mission, you can see a bunch of Avengers themed sketches on the wall, one of which being Spider-Man, confirming to us he already is established and active in this world. This Easter egg has weirdly since been removed, possibly due to the release of the beta on Xbox, who sadly won't have access to this awesome playable character. Either way, we do know we'll be seeing more of Spider-Man early next year. During the second campaign mission of the beta, to find Olympia, we see Miss Marvel and the Hulk break into an AIM facility in search of Jarvis, Tony Stark's virtual assistant, in the hopes that it will lead them to him. In this facility, AIM have been experimenting on a super-powered Inhumans created as a result of the A-Day disaster, and have actually managed to create a cure that will take away their powers. Anyway, in a particular section of this lab towards the end of this mission, we can actually see tubes that list the names of several classic comic Inhumans, some of which have famously been featured on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show over on ABC. There's mentions of Naja firstly, a snake-powered Inhuman who works for the Royals. She's actually never shown up on the cinematic side, but she is very iconic from the comics. We also have mentions of Donnie Gill, better known as Blizzard, who has ice-like powers. He was actually played by Dylan Monet from 13 Reasons Why, over on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a few episodes where he was a student at the S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy. However, in that version his powers didn't actually come from Inhuman genes. Anyway, there finally is a mention of Daisy Johnson, aka Quake. She was one of the leads on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so it'd be really cool to see her pop up in this game, especially if Chloe Bennett returned to voice actor, since we do know she said in the past she'd be more than willing to return to that character. We actually see later in the mission that Blizzard was cured of his Inhuman powers. He was the first trial subject of this cure and it was successful, but there's no real sign of what happened to the others, so there's plenty potential for Quake and Naja to show up in some capacity capacity, since obviously Inhumans are going to play a huge role in the story. A recent leaked data mine from the PC beta of Avengers actually seems to confirm that Quake will be coming to the game as a playable character down the line. I think she has some potential for some awesome and unique gameplay with her earthquake powers. She has all sorts of cool movement and different abilities they could give her, and fingers crossed Chloe returns to voice the character. Also within the To Find Olympia mission, we explore what seems to be Tony Stark's vault, where he seems to be keeping all sorts of Avengers memorabilia from across the team. One of the key things within there is a team photo which actually features Hawkeye along with the rest of the Avengers that we do play as in the game. Hawkeye has actually been confirmed to be coming as the first playable DLC character with his own single player campaign and new story. This take is actually based on the My Life as a Weapon comic arc, which famously introduced Kate Bishop, a new Hawkeye who will be playing a huge role in the Disney Plus Hawkeye series, so I'd rate the chances pretty high of seeing her pop up as a guest star in Clint's own single player campaign. The fact he's actually on the team in this photo clearly proves that Clint has been Hawkeye for a while in this world, and he's already spent time as a member of the Avengers, so it's likely his story will explore what led to him separating from the Avengers, meaning he wasn't there when the events of A-Day took place. I know that's going to be a really interesting arc, a lot of potential for some great character moments and dialogue and interaction with the other Avengers. Maybe we could see him face off against one or two of them, I'm not too sure, but I know it's going to be awesome when he releases and the post-launch season for this game fully kicks off. Just a few smaller Easter eggs to list off. That vault there actually within the To Find Olympia mission actually contains tons of Marvel Comics Easter eggs, way too many for me to even begin to list off, but some of the most noticeable ones in there, for one, is Captain America's original shield that he used back in World War II. I do believe we'll actually be getting to use this as a part of some of the cosmetic skins in the game, so that's going to be really cool to see. And also, when you interact with Tony's guitar, which is sat there in the display case, we find out from a quote that it was given to him by Pepper Potts, thus confirming she does exist in this world and that was at some point in a relationship with Tony Stark, even if they don't appear to be anymore, since she clearly isn't around anymore and Tony has kind of gone off into hiding after the events of A-Day. Also, once you unlock Kamala's room on the Chimera helicarrier, you can actually explore it, and within the hangar that also houses a Quinjet, you can see an RV sat there. That is very clearly the RV from Avengers Endgame that Hank, Scott and Hope actually turned into a quantum tunnel to be able to time travel. So I think that's really cool to include in there, even if we know this doesn't take place in the MCU. It's nice to see them making some neat little references to it, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more references scattered around. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for an MCU skin pack where we get all of the MCU suits for each of these characters. I know that's something so many people would scoop right up. And with that, guys, that's going to wrap up this little rundown of Avengers Easter eggs. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, let me know down in the comments below and drop a like rating to let me know that you want to see a part 2. Once again, big thanks to Keycodes over on Twitter for providing the codes that you have seen on screen throughout this video. Make sure to grab them if you haven't already, see if any are still working, and yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you on more Avengers Beta videos. Bye!